Well, hello everyone. Welcome to day 7. And this is the day that you've all been waiting for. I just know that you've been sitting there waiting for this day. We are going to be going over the 5-step loving sales process, which I'm super excited about because this is going to bring everything together. So if you are ready to go from what I like to call the cycle of reactivity and panic, or for short, just the cycle of crap, which is when you hustle, you get a few clients, and then you kind of stop marketing because you're working with those clients and you're working, head down, you're creating great results for them, and then you look up and you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything on the books coming up, so then you go back to hustle mode. If you're looking to break that, then this is going to be the training for you. I'm super excited to be here with you to do this mini training. So what I want to do here is I want to give you some background around why this type of process is so important. And I want to tell you a little story about when my husband and I made the investment to replace the boiler in our home. So I love older homes. We have a beautiful 95-year-old Craftsman home that we are lovingly restoring. And we have a boiler system in it, which I love because my husband has bad allergies. And it means that the furnace is not blowing all the dust and the pet dander and like all of those things all around the house. So it was time to replace the boiler. And we had this lovely man come over, and he was so nice. And he served us so well. And he showed us how to clean out our rads, and he showed us how to, get things running more efficiently. And he did all of these things. He served us. But then when it came time to make the sale, it didn't resonate with us. And the reason why his pitch didn't resonate with us is because he had failed to really dive into the things that were most important to us. So some of the things that were important to us were, number one, we really wanted to convert our top floor into a boiler heat. And in doing so, because it was sort of like something that had been renovated maybe like in the 70s, and it had electric baseboard heat, and that just wasn't ideal. We wanted everything to be on the same system. He never really asked us about those needs, and instead recommended a boiler that would do the entire house and then some, like sort of like 2 times our house, because that was the biggest package that he had to offer, which wasn't really great. That didn't really feel good. And even though he came in and he served, it just didn't really listen to our needs. The other thing that we had discussed being really important for us at the time, this was a few years ago, was that we were thinking of maybe selling the house. And so we didn't want to invest in a top of the line boiler system because we were looking to sell, and that wasn't something that we were going to get a return on investment on. But he didn't even discuss with us when it came time to discuss the different packages. He just said, like, this is the one that you need. And then we came to find out when other people came in and went through more of a loving sales process and tried to figure out our needs and what was important to us, that there were other options for us that were in this top of the line. And then we ended up buying more things through them, so that it actually ended up being a bigger sale than what it would have been had we gone with his top of the line boiler, right? So even though he was serving and giving, and he literally gave so much while he was here. He was like going through the whole house. He showed us and trained us on so many different things. And he was such a nice person. We couldn't go with him because he didn't walk through this process and really care and really take that time to figure out what it is that we really and truly needed. And this is why this process is so important, because it is going to help you to align your solution with what that customer really needs, or even what they think they need. So he might have thought in his head, I'm the expert. I'm going to walk through the house. I'm going to give them what they really need, and that's how I'm going to best serve them. But he didn't fully understand what it is that we really, really needed, because he didn't have that conversation with us. He didn't ask us those right questions. Instead, he came in and he threw a bunch of information and education, and that all felt really good. None of it felt sleazy, but the offer just didn't align. And so we couldn't trust. Remember, we went back to a video or so ago when we talked about the 2 things that people need to convert. We trusted in our ability to maintain the systems and all those things, because that's something we're really good at doing. However, we did not trust that his solution was the right solution for us, because he didn't get into the root of what we thought we needed. And he didn't get into explaining why that was the best solution for us. So let me walk you into this 5-step system that is going to help you to convert like crazy, but also with so much love, okay? It's not going to feel sleazy. It's not going to feel salesy, any of those things. And trust me, if this little farm town gal can do it, and like I'm not refined, I am kind of crass sometimes. And so if this can help me to close high ticket sales with grace, with ease, with flow, with crazy high close rates, then it definitely can help you too. So let's take a look. Let's dive right into this. I'm going to pull up a screen share here. I just need to make this a bit bigger so that you can see it. May not be, my picture might be a little bit small, so it may not be a super crisp and clean picture, but that's okay. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this is your conversion staircase. It's just 5 steps. Really simple, really easy. Anyone can do it, okay? There are different nuances that go into this, but I'm going to give you the 5 steps and explain why each one is important. So at the very bottom of the staircase, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to drive this appointment, okay? Yes, we need to figure out what's important to the person sitting in front of you, but at the end of the day, you need to own that you are the expert in your space. You do know what's best for that client if you can figure out exactly what that client needs and the root of their problem, right? We're not going to just take what they're saying for face value. We're going to understand that the problem that they're giving us, there's probably a layer of other problems that are underneath of that thing that are driving them to have this discussion with you. So we're going to take control of that conversation and we're going to drive it. We're going to tell them, this is the agenda for the conversation. Okay, step number 2 is to discover. This is all about your client, and they should be doing 80% of the talking inside of this piece. So this is really important because we need them to, we need to discover about them what they think they need. We need to discover what their problem is. Then we need to discover what their real problem is, sort of that like undercover problem. And then we also need to discover their feelings. We need to discover if there's going to be any objections that come up so that we can handle that ahead of time. Okay, step number 3 is that we need to then dissect the information that we just got. So we're going to feed it back to them. And we're going to start to dissect and we're going to start to analyze that information. We may even do a little bit of coaching or a little bit of training or a little bit of education inside of this piece. This is where we're giving and really feeding into a lot of value for this person, okay? But we need to be really careful here because we want to make sure that this person recognizes that I'm going to give you this value, but you're not complete. Now, they might be complete. And if you just want to give them that one little tweak and then they're good to go, of course, we're not going to sell them into something high ticket. If they just needed that one little tweak, then they're good to go, right? So you might just fix them on the spot and be like, cool, you're good, let's go. I just did this to somebody the other day who wanted to look at different conversion paths with me. And I said, listen, like what you have is actually working. You just need to make a few small tweaks. So I'm going to send you a way to do those small tweaks because I don't feel right taking your money because I'm just telling you, I mean, this is like 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, I could tell you what's wrong. You can go out, you can fix it. And then if you want to come back and we can talk a little bit more, once you make these tweaks, then we can come back and do that at that point. So at this point, you're really just sharing and educating and making sure that they're a good fit and that you can help them. Then you're going to direct them, okay? So we always do this with permission. And a really great way to do that is just to say, to pause and to say, listen, at this point in the call, I like to ask, would you like to hear a little bit more about what it would look like for us to work together? Or would you like to hear a little bit more on how I can support you with this? Then you're going to direct that conversation into 2 different options that feel like the best fit for that person. Okay, the reason why we're going to give them 2 different options is because we're helping to pre-handle some of those objections, and the brain has an easier time making a decision when they feel that they have a choice in the matter, okay? And then we're going to use that call to action. We're going to drive that decision. Now, here's the thing. We're going to help to lead them through that decision. Just like we talked about the other day, we're going to help to lead them through that decision by being a leader and understanding that our job is not to get them to say yes. Our job is to drive them to a yes or a no decision. Cool? And the way that we do this is not just in following up with them perpetually. The way that we do this is by creating a container to house that follow-up system. So if they say, I need to talk to my spouse, we say, cool, would you like some help in getting you there? So first we get them to 100%. They've made the decision. Now we're going to help them position that with the spouse. And then we're going to provide a container for follow-up to bring this all back together. So we're going to book an appointment with them in a day or two to follow back up on this decision and to convert them into a 100% yes or 100% no, so that they aren't trailing along, right? Because that's not loving to leave strays behind. Okay, we want to make sure that we're converting within a day or two of that conversation. It's better for you and better for your business, but it's also better for them because they don't feel like they've been left astray, because then they might really want what you have to offer, but they might feel insecure about coming back up to you. Okay, how does this feel for everyone? Does that feel pretty good so far? Hopefully, yes. Hopefully you're saying, yes, this feels like something I can do. It's 5 steps. It feels super simple, super easy. I know that this is something that I can achieve with some practice, with some skill building. So if you are ready to dive deeply into this and to create a client creation system to position your high ticket offer, okay, in a way that breaks you free of that cycle of reactivity and panic, and in a way that gets people lining up because they're so excited that they're going to work with you, then I want you to apply for a spot in my Loving Sales certification. And here is what that is going to look like. Here's what we're going to cover inside of the Loving Sales certification. I'm going to screen share here with you again, and I'm going to walk you through this 3 C's of a high ticket offer. So the first thing that we're going to look at is your core offer. That's your high ticket offer itself. We also need to complete a conversion path so that we can fill those sales conversations onto the book. And we also need to look at that continuity. So we don't just want people coming in and working with you for a short period of time and then leaving, because then you constantly have that cycle of reactivity and panic. You're not building this beautiful base of clients upon which you can build. Right? You want a system that is going to continually provide results for people so that they want to continue to work with you because they keep getting results, right? And when we have all of these 3 things, we're going to walk you through how to do, and we're going to skill build upon that 5-step conversion staircase that I just showed you. And the reason that we're going to do this, we're going to build up those skills because sales is a skill. So the more that you practice it, the better you're going to get, the higher your conversion rates are going to be. And here's the thing. This program is for people who are 2 things. Number 1, they love accountability. This program has a ton of accountability built into it. So I want you to be somebody who has a strong willingness to take action. You are ready, you are willing, you are able, you are good to go. Number 2, you're also ready to do the work. And you have a high ticket offer at a $2,000 price point or more, or that's something that you want to create. We're going to help you to create or fine tune your offer inside of this program. So if you're someone looking for a Band-Aid solution, or if you are somebody who's going to say, oh, I didn't have the time to complete my homework this week, or you're somebody who's full of excuses, this is not the program for you. I want you to just sort of disconnect from this conversation, and I will release you back into your day. But if you are somebody who has high accountability, you are a high performance person, you know that you have a gift to share with the world, the gift that you have to share with the world is super valuable, you do create high results for people, then I want to invite you into this, and I'm going to make a really bold guarantee here, okay? I'm going to guarantee that inside of this program, you will make 5 figures, okay? And that is my personal guarantee. If you do the work and you do not make 5 figures, I will personally work with you until you do one-on-one. Okay, and working one-on-one with me usually costs at minimum $625 per session. So I am putting a lot on the line here. I'm putting my reputation on the line to say I will guarantee that you will make 5 figures during this program while we're working together if you do the work. And if you do not, I will personally work with you until you hit that 5 figures, okay? So now this is a 5-figure investment. So what does that mean? That means I am guaranteeing you that you will make back what you invested if you do the work, okay? Which that just makes it a no-brainer, right? You're investing, and I'm guaranteeing you that you get that investment back. There is no other investment out there that will guarantee you that sort of rate of return, all right? So if you are ready, to get clear steps, if you are ready to utilize skill building training, if you are ready to show up, if you are ready to do the work, if you are ready to get into something that not only guarantees that you will be able to create 5 figures in sales to your high ticket offer, and while you're in the program, imagine if you're able to do that while you're in the program, what that's going to do for you month after month, year after year, because you're going to have a system for creating clients that works for you. And we're going to prove that it works for you because we have this guarantee behind it. So imagine your return on investment, not only just while you're doing the program, we're going to make sure you get your money back, your investment back from the program, but imagine what that's going to do for you year after year, month after month. Imagine the impact that you're going to have. Imagine that the scale that you're going to be able to create. Imagine just the freedom that you're going to be able to have and that release from the stress. So if this sounds like something that you're just you're ready to go, the next step is to apply. Okay? Because here's the thing. I want to make sure that the people inside of this program are the perfect fit. This is, like I said, it's a 5-figure investment. We're going to make sure that you get that investment back, or I will personally work with you until you get it back. Even if it takes a year, okay? I'm going to personally work with you until you get it back. However, I need to make sure that you're the right type of person for this program. So what I need you to do is hit that button to apply if this sounds like you. You're going to fill out the form. Once you fill out the form with some basic information, we're going to send you back an application. Okay. If your application is approved, the next step is that we're going to get on a call together. We're going to make sure that it's a good fit. Going to make sure it's a good fit for you. Going to make sure it's a good fit for me inside of this program, that you're the right fit for this program. And then I will share all of the additional details that you need at that point in time. Okay, so thank you so much for being on this journey with me over the last 7 days. I really look forward to those of you, my high ticket go-getters, seeing you inside of the program, reviewing your applications. I'm super excited for that. And thank you so, so much for taking this journey with me over the last 7 days. Bye for now.